If I could learn something every day, I've had a good day. Now, if I can learn something and help somebody, I've had a great day. So when I was watching this lady this morning, and she was giving her talk, which is far better than my eloquence or lack thereof. I'm just a Southern country fellow that grew up in a city around a bunch of country people. So I say things like fixing to and over yonder, plumb over yonder is not a fruit tree at a distance. One of my friends, Jody, he used to tell that joke. I always love that joke. But one of the things that she talked about today, she was talking about different 12-step programs. And I was not aware that there was a 12-step program. I mean, you've heard of things like Alcoholics Anonymous, where people Al-Anon is for people that maybe they don't drink, but they have friends or family that do. And so she was bringing up these 12-step programs. There's actually one for under earners. Under earners. Let me say that real clear. And which intrigues me really, because I think everybody could make more if they so choose to, unless you have some type of physical impairment that is just not allowing you to function. But so I did a little research just on them. I went in and I said, this is really interesting. I've heard of these 12-step programs. And in fact, I've been to the Overeaters Anonymous meetings. I've been there. I went and checked that out. I've got a relative that goes to the Alcoholics Anonymous, and I've been to the meetings with them just for support. But I found this really interesting that they had an Under Earners Anonymous. So I went and I looked it up, and I think I'm just going to go check it out just to see more and more about it. But one of the things that I really found interesting is the number one thing is they track their time. They keep track of their time. So this here's a 10-minute hourglass. I have 5-minute ones. I have 2-minute ones. I have 1-minute ones. And time is money. So if you're wasting your time, are you wasting your money? Are you wasting your life? That's even worse, because you're not going to get these few minutes that I'm spending with you right now. I'm not getting it back. Okay, so hopefully I want it to be something that would be useful to you. My goal in life is to look back and say or see, I hope I made a difference in that person's life. I hope that when I'm gone and my name is mentioned, people will say, I miss Mitch. Mitch was a big help. Mitch helped me. I think that really is success. I see a lot of people that make really good incomes, but the people that work for them don't. And to me, that would be a problem. That would be a big problem. How can a person feel good about that? I don't know how they do, but some people have a reputation for being stingy. I certainly hope that that's not something I would ever earn, that reputation, because your reputation is a lot. I mean, that's, what people say about you. You may not really care what they think about you, but I think everybody wants to hear good things about themselves when they hear, because a friend is somebody that's going to talk well of you. If you have somebody that's not talking well of you, it's really hard to say that they're your friend, right? Unless it's maybe them pulling you to the side and having a little talk with you and saying, hey, buddy, I think you could do better. Here's my thoughts on how. Now, be careful of that, because unsolicited advice is criticism, and nobody likes to be criticized, right? So what I do is I try to let it be known that I may know something that they don't know or they don't see. And then if they ask me, then I have permission to share. But the number one thing on the earners is tracking the time, because we all waste time, especially as a young person. Now, in about a week, I'll be 58 years old. When I was young, I felt like I had forever. And I would sit around and I would wait. I'm like, oh, okay, this happens in a week. I have to wait a week. I have to wait 2 or 3 days, to make some progress. No, no. As you start getting older, and hopefully you do, because it's a privilege, you start realizing, okay, I don't have forever. I don't have forever. Not at least around here. Every moment that goes by, you're not getting it back. If you give money away or you spend money, you can make that back, but you ain't getting your time back. You're just not going to do it. I'm spending a few minutes this morning making this video. It's because I care. I really want to have a community of people that we get to know each other and we can help each other. You don't want to live on an island, folks, not by yourself. All right. Even Gilligan's Island, there was more than one person. So if you focus on maybe a budget and what's going out, what's coming in, that would be time well spent. If you could figure out a way to reduce your taxes, which I know several. In fact, I'll go ahead and give you one right now. Outside of life, it has nothing to do with life insurance. Life insurance is one of the best ways, but if you want to reduce your taxes and you are working a W-2 job, you're an employee, all right, they, the government, come to the W-2 people first for their taxes. They take it out before you ever see it. And then the Social Security, you got to pay all the Social Security right in there too. All right. So if you had a business of your own on the side, something that maybe you enjoy, even if it doesn't really make money right away, you're still going to get the tax advantages. A lot of people put down like network marketing or things like that. Those are great ways, especially if you are married or doesn't work a job. Either way, it's a bigger impact if both people are working jobs. And then you create a business at home. Now you have tax deductions like mileage and travel and business expenses. If I give a gift to one of my clients, I mean, it's a tax deduction. It's better to spend that money and keep it in house on things that you want to do, things that you're interested in, than funding some of this stuff that we see going on. Unless you just like buying bombs. Well, something you might want to look into. And there's lots of them. Just pick one that has good people around you. We're going back to the things that we can control, right? And you want it to be something that's honest and good and something that eventually will make some money for you. Hopefully a bit of residual income. The W-2 is just a linear income. It's not passive. You quit putting hours in, the dollar's going to quit coming out. The residual income is more like this video. I do the video once and it plays over and over and over. And hopefully, some people will watch it. If nothing else, tell me where you're from in the comments. I've got customers all over the country. When I first started doing this in 2003, I went into the insurance industry. The only thing that the insurance companies would take is paper. And it had to be sent through the mail or a fax machine. Can you imagine having to get something signed? I'm way up in the country. I got something signed. I'm racing to the library in town to try to find a fax machine. I mean, most people don't have fax machines, so that's how much it's changed. Now the companies don't want the paper. They all want it electronically. And so we live in a different world, and there's going to need to be some changes. I can tell you something that I think is going to change for me this year. I've always just got in the car and went down to the grocery store. I really hate it. I feel like it's time wasted. I mean, I'm walking around. I've got all these people in my way. Most time they're out of the main thing I went for, so I end up getting part of what I want. And so I've just discovered now that they'll deliver a lot of my groceries right to the house. It's so much easier. It's so much simpler. It might cost me $1 or $2 more, but what could I be doing in that time that to be earning? I could be earning while I'm waiting for my groceries to be delivered. Those are just things that we can control. I can take more control of my time. If I leave the house to go drive to the store, I may hit traffic. I may not be able to find a parking spot. I may have to go to a second grocery store because they're out of what I really wanted. See how that just kind of throws my control of my time out the window? But I can go on there in the morning, order my groceries, watch the process. If they're out of something, they'll message me and ask me if I want something different or if I just want to cancel it out. And this is not a plug for that, but I'm just saying, like, it's the 21st century. Let's act like it. And let's keep our minds peaceful. Let's keep our relationships peaceful. The arguing and division never wins. House divided shall fall. Not might, it shall fall. So we don't need to be divided. It's the human race. And this is a great day to speak about this on Martin Luther King Day. I'll just say that. It is one of the best days that we could talk about. It is the human race. There's one chemical that some people have more of in their skin than others. I forgot the name of it, but it's just a pigment. It's the pigmentation. So I don't have as much as some of my friends that would have. That's the only difference. It's the same skin. I mean, as far as like the structure of the skin, their blood would save my life. My blood would save their life. See you tomorrow. See you the next day. In fact, cut that out, Unica. That's not good. I'll see you next time. This has been Moments with Mitch. If I can help you in any way, whether it's financial or just maybe you just need somebody to talk to, that's cool. Set up a time with me. I'll spend a few minutes with you. I'm always looking to find new friends. In fact, this deal I'm working on right now, I'm working on a case for a guy right now where he's basically setting his son up for success using some financial products that I work with. Pretty awesome. I really wish that somebody in my family would have done this for me. But it's like I told him. I said, "You're the type of guy that I want to be friends with." See, I find it a lot easier to find clients and then become their friends than it is to make friends and try to make them clients. I don't really think people, I do have friends that are clients, but most of that took about 15 or 20 years. Okay. So if you're playing the long game, that might be a good strategy. Really, if you just treat people with respect and do the best for them, you have to have their good in mind. And you show people that you can be trusted with that, it's going to work out. Because when the rotating propeller, when the feces hits the rotating propeller, you're going to need some friends. You need at least 6 to carry you out of here. All right. So that's my little message for today. I'll see you next time. Y'all have a great day.